Hi, my name is Oswald Sobrino, and this is a short book video of a book on the Spanish philosopher Jose Ortega y Gasset, whose dates are 1883 to 1955. I'm going to read a short excerpt from this book, 5 Lessons from Ortega y Gasset, which is by me and available at Amazon.com. So let me read a portion of the introduction. The Spanish philosopher Jose Ortega y Gasset, 1883 to 1955, was apparently well known to Americans in the mid-20th century, but that is not the case today. This amnesia is amazing given that we have some good translations of Ortega's works in English. In this book, I directly translate short passages from the Spanish original of Ortega's work called Some Lessons in Metaphysics. Here, metaphysics refers to the traditional field in philosophy concerning ultimate reality or being, not metaphysics in the sense you'll see in some popular New Age books or videos. I strongly recommend this English translation of Ortega's Some Lessons in Metaphysics as you read my book, and I refer to it in my book. Interestingly, this English translation of Ortega, which, by the way, is by the author Mildred Adams in 1969, has this quote from the famous French existentialist philosopher Albert Camus. Quote, Camus says, Ortega y Gasset after Nietzsche is perhaps the greatest European writer. He has European in quotes. Based on my own study of Ortega, I surmised that Camus meant by European that Ortega shared a perspective that was European in character rather than parochially focused on his own national culture. For Ortega, the way for Spain, his native country, to flourish was to be more European. That is why I have referred to Ortega as the anti-Brexit philosopher. I believe Ortega would have looked at the demagogic folly of Boris Johnson and others and cried foul. The need for ironclad European unity in the face of the Russian aggression against Ukraine confirms the folly of Brexit. So Ortega was very much a pioneer in thinking of Europe as united, as one entity in the world, seeking to not necessarily throw its weight, but be present in a weighty way in the world, and not simply have a world where you have the U.S. and the Russians and now China controlling the world or determining the fate of the world. Let me read another portion of the introduction. Why do I focus on this now obscure Spanish philosopher after so many years when he was famous in the U.S.? The only answer is the content of his work. His writing is refreshingly clear, incisive, and understandable. He is, in my view, an existentialist, although Ortega apparently did not like the existentialist label. Yet he does not ride in the dense and hard-to-understand manner of a Heidegger, a famous German existentialist philosopher. Even better, unlike Heidegger, Ortega was no Nazi. In other words, you can get philosophy as good, in my opinion, as that of Heidegger or better without the repulsive and terrible Nazi baggage that adheres to Heidegger. But that is a comparative evaluation you will have to independently make as you consider both of these philosophers. And Ortega's emphasis is in his philosophy of ultimate reality is the reality of life and how we confront life and the reality of living life. And that gives us clues and insights for all of us because we're obviously all figuring out how to live. So the book is 5 Lessons from Ortega y Gasset, available from Amazon. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. Thank you.